Good morning, everybody. I'm on my way to work and I saw my friend Karen Boom Boom Rocks. Check out her channel. Talking about her son's allergies. Hang on, Bluto. Give me a second. Yes, we're going to work. Just a minute. So Karen was talking about her son's allergies and how he's suffering really bad from them. So I just thought of a story that I read in the news, which is now censored, so I don't even know if the guy's story is out there anymore. Boy, I'm looking rough this morning. I'm a little tired, y'all. Ignore that part. Just listen. So this guy, okay, first of all, I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to fuck all I have to say. Do your own thing. If you believe in doctors and all like that, I mean, I do believe they have a place, but only certain doctors and only in certain ways. So anyway, that aside, do what you think is right for your own body. So disease is dis-ease, and ancient people have always known this. And if you go to get treatment in other countries, like in the East or whatever, they won't start asking you your symptoms necessarily. They'll ask you about your life, like what's going on with you personally. So first of all, just so I'm an example in healing or whatever, as you can see that little pink spot on the side of my nose? I'm using RSO oil, Rick Sims oil, to get rid of skin cancer spots on my face. So I had some big ones on my cheek right here. I had one on my arm. This one's almost gone. I had on the side of my nose. And then as you can see, spots like this that are age spots, and right there, it doesn't do anything to it. So supposedly if you don't have cancerous cells, it won't do anything. And that's been my experience. Maybe it's all just in my mind and it's just fantasy thought, whatever. But I put it on that spot a couple nights ago and it definitely reacted. So I'm letting it rest. So send love to that spot that it heals. In the past, it'll turn pink. And then as it heals, the spot that was looking cancerous is gone. I'm not saying this is going to work for you. I'm just saying it's worked for me. So back to Karen, my friend. There was this guy in Washington State that was all over the news because his story kind of went viral. So he had severe allergies as a child and as an adult. Every time allergy season came around, he ended up in the hospital. He spent most of his young life and childhood in the hospital, and he was sick of it. He was just sick of being sick, so he decided to heal himself. So he studied about health and came to find out that in some countries, allergies, lupus, autoimmune stuff didn't exist in a lot of places in the world. And he consulted his doctor with all this too, y'all. So he told his doctor that he was going to, I'm trying to think, I think it was like a African country to cure himself, that he had read that people in the United States have an imbalance in their gut of the parasites. Now, you can take probiotics, but probiotics only have a few of the types of probiotics you need for your gut flora, and you have to buy a bunch of different brands, and you're lucky, we have tons of them, and those products don't have all those different types of gut flora that we need. So this guy was determined. He told his doctor what he was going to do, that he was going to another country and he was going to walk around barefoot and in certain areas, and he was going to contract parasites that people there all had. They walk around barefoot all the time, even the rich folks. So the parasites are in the soil and they enter your body through the soles of your feet. So he told, I know this sounds weird, but it was before things were censored, y'all. This was just a news story in the regular old news. So this guy, he went to, I don't know, Africa, South America, somewhere. I think it was an African country where people there, they use the bathroom outside. So there's designated areas where they go to the bathroom, and he didn't walk in their defecation or urine or anything. Worms will crawl out like, 6 feet away from where the origin of them was left, and they go out into the soil in like a circle kind of thing. So he just kind of went to this country and walked around barefoot in these different areas, and told his doctor when he got back that he was gonna be monitored, and then they had some sort of medication to clear up the worms when he got back. So he went to these different places in the country. He walked around barefoot. He was feeling great. He didn't have any allergy symptoms while he was traveling. He felt so magnificent. He got back to the States. They tested him. Yeah, he had whatever. So he collected these worms out of his stool, and when he was completely healed, no allergies or any dis-ease at all in his body. Then the doctor treated him, but before he was treated, and this is a little gross, but he saved some of these parasites out of his poop, and he found a way to autoclave them somehow so that they were sterile. Now, this part, I'm not sure how that worked, because I would think it would kill him. But again, this was a major, just mainstream story, y'all. And the guy thought, so he got the medications and cleaned his body out, and he was fine, totally healthy, didn't get allergies anymore, felt fucking great. So he thought that because he was such a great example of being healed, having been such a sickly person his whole life, that he would sell these parasites to people that were also ill with autoimmune and allergies and stuff. And he thought people would just be lining up out his door, wanting some of these parasites, right? But people are grossed out by poop and stuff out of other people's poop, which is weird, because now you go and get fecal transplants, and people heal their gut stuff from that all the time, right? I know poop is not accepted thing to talk about in the West, but back in the old days when everybody lived off the land, that was like the topic, because like in those survival shows and stuff, because the condition of your fecal matter and your urine tells what's going on with your health, right? So yeah, this guy, he was totally healed, and he had no more health issues, and people just thought it was gross that he was trying to sell these parasites from out of his poop. But I just thought that might resonate with you, Karen, with your son having allergies, and any of the rest of y'all having allergies, or asthma, or breathing stuff, or autoimmune things, that kind of thing. So another thing about asthma, I'm just going to add a few little tidbits in here that I've picked up along the way. There's a guy named Dr. John Bergman, who's a chiropractor and very, very wise in the matters of health and stuff. I watched a video of his once, and it said something about children and people with asthma symptoms, that most of them, and he said, and all the kids, that they have a reverse curvature in the neck. So then somehow the nerves and the breathing, I don't know, I can't remember, I'm not a doctor, but that chiropractic attention can help with asthma type stuff. Another thing that can help with asthma, if you don't know about it, is mullein, the wild flower herb mullein. You dry it, you stick it in a paper bag, and you breathe it in when you're having an asthma attack. You can make teas, you can make stuff with it, but check into mullein. Again, I'm no doctor, but doctors haven't worked for me. I've had kidney failure where I died and came back. I've had gallbladder issues. I believe cancer, even though I haven't been diagnosed, especially the one on my arm, there was no way that wasn't cancerous, just because it was so obvious. And it's worked on my face, so I'll keep you posted on that spot on the side of my nose. Y'all pray for me and help me clear that. Excuse me. clear that up real quick. So, you know, I don't know if you guys, how you treat your health. Oh, I got a frog in my throat. Hang on. So, there was, when our president had polio, not the current president, when polio was going around the country, it was after the war. Our country was crippled. And so dis-ease, so it can be on a micro level and it can be on a macro level, that the state of the health of the people has to do with the state of mind and the energy of the people. So think about what's happening right now with the Rona and all that stuff. You know, we have a plague going on. People are having a really hard time. The pressures of everything is just really getting to everybody, and it's manifesting in these dis-eases. The more fear you have, you notice, the more people fall for the arm ticket and are dropping like flies. And, you know, the people that know, and we're outraged and we care. But excuse me, the average person that believes in, I wouldn't even say average, we're probably about 50-50 now. I think people are waking up, people are waking up and taking control of their lives, but there's so much fear, and it seems to be manifesting in this dis-ease, and also the state of our food, supposedly parasite eggs that are not healthy for us, and other gross things that affect the flora of our stomach. You know, people listen to doctors, but meanwhile, have any of them gone to prison or been held accountable for the opioid crisis, for all the horrible shit? You know, more people die from pharmaceuticals given by doctors and treatments from doctors than regular stuff. And we all know somebody, or you've been through it yourself, misdiagnosed, given the wrong meds, wrong combination of meds, and medications are made to mimic natural healings, and they're the chemical forms of the natural things in nature that would heal those things. And then obviously our spiritual energy and well-being also affects how our health is. So when my sister was a little girl, she had tuberculosis. She was 2 years old, and her neck swelled up, and she was really, really sick and had to go into the hospital. But the rest of us, that's supposed to be highly contagious, highly contagious. And the rest of us kissed all over her, and we didn't get TB, and we weren't inoculated till after that. And my mom didn't get it, and my dad didn't get it, whatever. I would like to propose that that was probably due to abuse. Either she got it from stress or poor diet, because her diet was horrible compared to the rest of us. She wasn't made to eat things that the rest of us were. She didn't have her mother, because my mom was always gone and she was such a small baby. And then sexual abuse, so which I witnessed myself, and I do believe that my mom backed off of me when my sister was born, because she was not talking and an easier target. And you know, pedophiles like to use babies' natural tendencies to suckle and other things. I know, gross, y'all, but it's a thing. And little babies, you know, they don't talk, they can't tell. So anyway, disease, dis-ease. What are your own experiences? Comment down below. What do you think about this? Is this just a wacky idea? Have you noticed that when you're feeling positive and you're doing well, your health is well, and when you're spun out and just drinking more caffeine and going harder, stressed out, afraid, that your health declines? What do you think of this topic, the dis-ease disease? Because it's a common thing taught in the spiritual communities and in other healing modalities and even scientific studies, you know, with the placebo effect. If you can do it with a sugar pill, you can do it with your own mind. Check out Joe Dispenza, because old Dr. Joe, you know, he's helping people heal left and right. I've been working on these thought process myself. You're supposed to not just say mantras and things, but that does help. And you use your imagination to picture what it would be like to be in a complete state of health. And then you have to feel it within yourself. So, excuse me, that's the hardest part, is deprogramming yourself and believing and feeling in your body as if it's real, because the brain doesn't know any difference between imagining something and the actual thing. Like they hooked people up, their brains up, and had people imagining skiing, and their brain was reacting like they were actually skiing. Dr. Joe Dispenza, he has people hooked up to machines, and as they heal, the moment they understand the way the body works and health, they've gotten people on the machines instantly healing, and the brain showing the difference between their state of dis-ease and their instant healing. So it's not woo-woo, it's not magic, anybody can do it, but it's obviously we've all been programmed in a different way. So what about your own health? What are you doing for your own health? Does this resonate with you? Do you think it's just hippie woo-woo silly shit? Or have you done things yourself to heal naturally and it worked for you? Comment down below. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for my new subscribers. My little humble channel is starting to grow, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. And the day it's not fun anymore, I won't do it. This isn't for fame or anything. Any of you rich folks out there want to help somebody out that's really struggling hard but still giving back and shining and loving, my PayPal is attached in the description. And I only need one angel. I'm ready for a life change. I'm ready for an adventure. Like, I'm not sure what the universe is bringing me, but I can feel it coming. Hang on, Bluto. I'm almost done. So that's my little dog down there. Some of y'all know. You see my videos. So what do y'all think of all this? Thank you for your love and support. And I'm off to work. Y'all have a great day. One love and shine on.